Hi everyone, hope you are having a wonderful day. I'm here at the Bio Creation Conference in Cape Town, South Africa, and here I have one of our participants with us. So please tell us about yourself, ma'am.
So I am Dr. Fouzia Radouani from Institut Pasteur of Maroc, and I am affiliated to HRMS from the beginning, and actually I am affiliated to the I am active member in the AfriGene project, where I am leading a working group of curation of data, of African data, to be involved in a gene-to-fin database.
Okay, so for those people who don't know, tell us about the Africa project, how long it's been going, what type of data do you collect, is it virus, bacterial, human?
Okay, so working in this network is very interesting because we are learning from each other, we are dealing with different topics of research, and for our working group for the gene-to-fin project and for the working group that I'm leading, we are curating data from two pilot diseases, mainly the cardiovascular disease, and we start with cardiovascular disease and cancer, and we will go forward to other diseases, mainly the infectious disease and the rare disease. So for this disease, we wish to collect data that will be a content for our database, gene-to-fin database, and the type of data that we are collecting, as I told previously, gene-to-fin database. So we are dealing to collecting the phenotypic data and genotypic data, variant, RSIDs, alleles, and everything related to genomics and everything related to the phenotypic data and the diseases which are for our interest.
Okay, and at the Biocreation Conference, we've heard, there's various challenges. You obviously deal with many different African countries. There's language barriers, there's culture barriers. I'm sure there's also a lot of infrastructure issues. How do you overcome these type of problems, and what are some of your current challenges?
So, for the challenges that we are facing in my country, especially, and in all, when we heard from other countries in Africa, the main challenges are infrastructure and bioinformatics pathways that with which we are dealing for biocuration. Actually, for our database, we are dealing with manual biocuration, but our plan is to make this manually. Then we will go forward to use AI and machine learning tools to deal with biocuration, and the conference is an opportunity to hear from experts in this domain and learn from about. And we are trying to make connection and to network with these experts, and we are planning to help trainings, workshops, and webinars to build capacity in this term in our countries.
I see. Okay. So, we deal with a lot of other institutions, right? Like the Africa CDC, the PGI, Pasadena Genomic Institute, and we have heard now at the conference there's also the ABI, which is the Africa Bio Institute. From your perspective, if you were to, request something from the Africa CDC, for example, is it more training? Is it more workshop? Is it more conferences like this so you can build network? What is the major need now to really grow the capacity development across Africa?
Okay, so just I want to let you know that we from Institut Pasteur Morocco, we are already collaborating with CDC.
Okay.
And CDC Africa, and CDC Africa is funding different projects.
Okay.
Maybe from the pathogens.
Yes.
And for COVID, we started the collaboration with CDC since COVID pandemic.
SARS-CoV-2.
Yes, exactly. Okay. And CDC have provided grant for the sequencing platforms.
Oh, okay.
And we are dealing training with CDC Africa.
Right.
For bioinformatics and for data management and project management. And we hope that we'll continue and sustain this collaboration with CDC and with other African countries to continue implementing projects and implementing trainings, mainly with the ABI, the African Bioinfomatics Institute, where I am member for this, and I am just to inform that I am member of this institute.
Okay. So you are currently partnering with these different institutions to provide this training gap need to ensure that Africa as a continent will be ready for the next pandemic preparedness.
Exactly.
Right. And then in case of someone that's coming out of high school or university that's thinking of going to science, I mean, from what I can tell, there isn't a large group of female or women in science, and someone who is from Morocco, who is a lead in institution, who's also a female. What type of advice would you give these young girls who want to pursue a career in science? What type of challenges would you want to sort of share with them?
So I think we can find some issues and some challenges, but we are trying all the time. We try to deal with this challenge and try to find solutions for if it's. We are all the time facing challenges with the students, with the scientific members, but we deal with these challenges and together we try to find solution for everything and for every task.
Okay, so someone who's coming out of university, who is a female student, they want to pursue a career in science. What do you think they should do? Like maybe step 1, step 2?
You are speaking of especially about women.
Yeah, do they need to get funding? Do they need to focus on their career and not worry about getting a family? In a lot of the African cultures, women are supposed to stay at home.
Yes, no, for us it's we are dealing female and male is equally treated.
Equally,
so
okay.
No problem. As society, women and men and have the same
treatment.
Exactly the same.
Standard.
We don't have the difference between women and men.
So you would encourage young girls to pursue their dreams.
Exactly,
Don't be
yes,
shackled
yes.
by family.
And so that just to add that female are more clever and more
exceptional in science.
Yes. So no
understand.
problem between the two genders.
I see. So I think as we come to the end of this interview, 2 last questions for you. We are in the 4th industrial revolution. There is artificial intelligence that's developing, very fast. We're in 2026 now, and AI has been with us for 2 years or more, and it's been changing rapidly. Do you work with artificial intelligence a lot, or what's your advice or opinion around that?
Yes, for us, actually, we are not really dealing with it, but we are planning to deal with this. It will be necessary to use the new technologies to prosper in our research, but without letting the old technologies. And
right.
The AI is, in my opinion, is mandatory to learn how to use AI for every step of our research.
So it's a necessary technology that you have to learn and be able to cope with.
It's necessary to learn.
Right. Okay. So I think as we come now to the last question, I want to sort of ask you, you have been working in the scientific field for a very long time, and you have seen, problem sets, and I think it's been a very long time since Africa has been on the global stage. Africa is reliant on the global north for funding, for resources. If there isn't support, you can't do research, you can't get infrastructure. So how do Morocco, how do the African countries solve that problem and become self-reliant and not depending on global north?
So I think as institution, American institution, we are all the time looking for funds from foreign organization, but we are also asking and dealing with governments. We are also asking funding from governments, mainly for some. I am not working in university. I'm working in an institution, research institution.
Yeah.
and which is related to public health.
Right.
So public health is a very important field for the population and for the
Yes.
country. So the government have to provide us with funding.
Local support.
Exactly, local support to make research and to make progress in our activities in the institution.
Yeah, I think government needs to come to the realization that you have to sort of prevent disease, and that's much cheaper than actually treating the disease when someone gets it. So by supporting, health institutions such as yourself, government would actually save in the long run.
Yes.
Okay, no, that's a really good point.
So actually, our institution has each time we have usage. We are adapting our strategies according to the needs and according to the requests of our decision makers.
Okay,
So
policymakers in
exactly,
government.
in the government. So and one in the government, one decision makers are requesting to follow strategy. We ask that to help and they support us in to execute this strategy.
Okay, no, I think I understand. So from your perspective, it's obviously better to get local support so you sort of become self-sufficient or self-reliant.
No, not totally self-sufficient.
Okay.
So yes, it won't be enough.
Oh, right.
It won't be the support of the government is not enough, but that's why we are making networks in different fields, and with the networks we are developing projects and with interesting projects that can respond to our requests and ask request funding from international organization.
Okay, no, that makes a lot of sense. So I think I want to take this time to really thank you for sharing your insight, but also acknowledge for the work that you have done and the contribution on the continent. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much.